Orc and Goblin, movement phase, turn 2. I failed animosity on my spider riders, and so they're stuck right there. I lost one fanatic due to a double rolling, and two of my other fanatics moved closer to the spearman unit. So also I have my giant following up behind them. My level 2 shaman stuck in combat right here, so he's going to stay where he's at. My second giant side flanked his general, so he's going to get into an interesting combat. I moved my orc unit forward, whereas this unit failed animosity, containing my general. Over here, I have I didn't have it, but my savage level 4 shaman frenzy charged his BSB, so that's going to be kind of interesting. I have my chariot rally from their fleeing movement because we lost combat before. Now panning out a little backwards, I have my black orc side flank his Colwyn Knights, so that's going to be an interesting move. And for safety measures, I moved my savage orc BSB into the forest, so he's going to stay there for protection. Orc and Goblin combat phase. If you pan over here, my plan was successful. Side flanking the Colwyn Knights allowed me to overrun and pursue them and eat them up. If you pan over here, I stuffed the dark elf general into the giant's trousers, so he's counted as a casualty, meaning that the Pegasus is fleeing on his own. If you pan back here, my little 4 shaman was killed by the BSB, so the BSB pursued him off the table. If you pan over here, the Hydra ate up basically my level 2 shaman, so that was sort of expected. Against my first giant, I didn't pan so well, and I just managed to kill 1 spearman, and 2 wounds were done to the giant. That's it for my combat phase. Orc and Goblin magic phase. Let's pan over here to the Dark Elf Spearman unit. I started off strong by casting the spell Wog, which allowed me to guide my fanatics right through his Spearman unit, going through them twice, except on the second time, I had the second fanatic fly off to the side. Out of the original 21, now they're down to 10. Also, that gave me enough movement to move my giant into combat, without fear of being shot or hit with magic. Panning over here, I used his Power Stone, so he's gone, since he's going to get killed by that Hydra. Panning over here, I had my orc unit, due to the spell, charge his crossbowmen. However, they chose to flee, so they're right there out on the side. Same thing happened over here to this spearman unit. They fled into the forest, moving past my BSB. Since he wasn't a unit strength of 5 or higher, he couldn't kill them all. However, he's closer to the edge. One of the consequences, however, is I lost my crew members where they ran off to the front of the table board. However, on this side, I have my Warzak still in combat. Luckily, with my newly rallied chariot, I was able to fully get into charge range and hit his Colwyn Knight. So I'm going to do impact hits along with everyone else striking first.
Alright guys, Dark Elf turn 3. Alright, so basically we lost a lot in the combat phase. So here's what happened right now. Everybody rally, charges, Black Arts to flank them, executions to flank these guys here on the side. My level 4 flew over here. Getting ready to hit them from the sides. My Pegasus also rallied here. Hydra moved up from behind to do a little fire breath on the chariot. Crossbowmen here kind of just turned to face the Boltor, the face of the fanatic there. And that's it. Okay, Dark Elf magic phase. Okay, so my level 2 stuck in combat, really couldn't do much. So let's just jump over here to my level 4. We got Power Darkness off, good for that, but we cast Soul Stealer, worked, only ended up killing 1 Black Orc, couldn't get off Blade Wind, so right now my magic phase nothing happened, so it's going on to the shooting phase. Alright, so in Dark Elf shooting phase, it was kind of okay. Obviously my crossman can't do nothing for this turn. Shades over here, shot double tap to the Boltor crew, killed 2 of them, so now they're going to flee off for good. Jumping over here to the Boltors themselves. 1 Boltor failed to shoot the giant, the second one did, landed 3 wounds, so another Boltor shot from there will end up taking out the giant and give back my hero. Hydra here, tried to breathe on the chariot, trying to finish it off, and only has 1 wound left, failed to do it, so now we're going to jump down to the combat phase. Alright, so in the Dark Elf combat phase, over here, we can start off. Executors did a job, ate up, side flanked the unit, ate them up, they're gone for good. Over here, Black Arts, charged, did good enough wounds, but his guy did 3 wounds to my Black Arts, so they ended up holding on. Over here, Giant, Spearman couldn't just land enough wounds, Giant ended up eating them up because they failed the break test and rolled low. Orc and Goblin movement phase. For now, the only person who I have to worry about animosity is my Spider Rider unit, so they're fine. I moved them towards here, so hopefully I could get that side flank on the Hydra.
Charges. My giant, my first giant, charged the bolt thrower. Luckily I didn't roll a 1, so he didn't fall over. I was able to get my chariots, if you come over here, I was able to get my chariots to charge and side flank his executioners. This will, my second giant still carries the enemy general, so he's going to have to fight off that Hydra later on. I charged the Pegasus with my second chariot, and he fled, so I'm still stuck with that. I had my BSD Frenzy charged his Blackguards, and if you come over here, my Black Orcs are being march blocked by this one lone wizard, so I'll have to worry about her later. Alright, Orc and Goblin combat phase. Let's start over here. The giant did very successfully, and he overran and ate up all the crossbowmen. And if you come over here, the chariot also performed very successfully. Killed the entire execution unit by running him over. If you come over here, I lost the combat by 1, and I rolled 12. Figures. So my unit is fleeing with Blackguards hot on their tail. My BSB was also killed in the process, so I'll have to deal with that later.
Alright, so in Dark Elves turn 5, basically, here's what we did. Blackguards charged the fleeing general unit, they ended up fleeing too far, so now the Blackguards ended up overrunning to these guys here with enough movement. Shades charged the fleeing bolt thrower crew. They ended up fleeing too far, so now Shades don't do anything. Hydra over here charged the giant, as we saw over there. And my level 4 decided to fly right over here, getting ready to do some spells on the chariot, hopefully to get rid of it once and for all. And that's it. Alright, so the Dark Elf magic phase, here's what happened. My level 4, being the only wizard on the field in the game, attempted to kill the chariot. As you can see, still alive. We doom bolted, we did chill wind, nothing. We did blade wind, either he dispelled it or they just didn't land a wound. Finally we did soul stealer, which we come right over here to the Black Orcs, ended up doing 5 wounds to them. So now she's got back double her wounds, so she's now okay in wounds. So now let's go to the combat phase. Alright, so in the Dark Elf combat phase, here's what happened. Chariot ended up eating up the crossbowmen, so we know that was going to happen. Over here, Hydra ends up killing the giant, freeing my general, so now he's back in the game, and nothing happened to them when the giant fell over. He had to save themselves. Over here, Blackguards did the job and ate up the Black Orcs, so we know who wins in those matchups. And it caused his unit of Orcs over here, who are actually right over here, but because of space we couldn't fit them in, to flee, and they fled further out.
Orc and Goblin movement phase. Right here, I had my Spider Riders. They passed Animosity, however, moving them closer to the Hydra. However, they failed the terror check and they fled 17 inches in the opposite direction. So that didn't really work out for me. The Chariot's going to be turning around. Hopefully I'll be able to get that charge on the Hydra right at the very end. The Orc unit, containing my general, rallied, so he's going to be really good. And I was able to get the Chariot to charge the Blackguards. Hopefully I'll do enough damage to avenge my Black Orc and Goblin combat phase. Right here, I got only 3 hits of the impact hits, but all the hits wounded and killed lots of guys right here. So, however, because due to their stubborn ability, they are able to stay. So that's the only combat I have for now.